This is Ndtv. And you're watching Ndtv Hindu.
Hello there. I've been waiting all week to talk movies with you and also tell you about the latest must-watch, Kurbaan. I remember there was so much pre-release hype about Kareena Kapoor being bareback in a scene and her and Saif's lip lock. But hey, the movie doesn't need that kind of hype at all because everything about it, the screenplay, the direction, the casting and the acting, they all spell one word: class. It's surely one of my top 10 films this year. In director Renzel De Silva's chilling story of terrorism, Professor Avantika Ahuja is swept off her feet by Professor Ehsan Khan, who joins the college where she works to teach Muslim identity in a modern world. The screenplay sketches their romance in a refreshingly natural manner. And you find yourself breaking into a smile. This could have happened to you, you know.
मैं आपको कॉफी पे ले जाना चाहता हूँ।
थैंक यू, पर मैं कॉफी नहीं पीती।
तो चाय?
चाय मुझे पसंद नहीं।
नो कॉफी नो चाय। तो पानी पी लेते हैं, वो तो पीते हैं ना।
ऐसी अपनी मोहब्बत, ऐसी रूह है इबादत।
पी जल्दी से।
क्यों? 18 साल की तो हो ना।
हम पे मेहरबान दो जहां।
Isn't the music fabulous? Has Sufiana touches, right? Yes, Salim Sulaiman have done a beautiful job with their compositions. The music adds so much to the film, elevating your spirits one moment, tugging at your heartstrings the next. Amazing stuff. Soon, Ehsan goes to meet Avantika's dad formally to ask for her hand in marriage. And Akash Khurrana, who plays Kareena's dad, says, "I have my apprehensions about this not because you're a Mussalman, but I believe the lesser differences there are between two people, the better for the relationship." Lovely lines. Avantika's dad anyway gives his consent. They marry and then Avantika decides to move back to New York because she's been offered a teaching position there. She finds Ehsan a job in the same college. After a bit of a search, they find an apartment in an Indian neighborhood, begin to settle down, and all seems fine and dandy. Yes, all seems fine and dandy. Soon Avantika and Ehsan are invited to their Muslim neighbors' home for dinner. Now the neighbors are the quietly domineering Om Puri and Kiran Kher and their family and another neighbor couple. Avantika is taken away to a separate room to eat with the ladies, leaving the men together. And like in Rosemary's Baby, you feel that there's something creepy about it all. Your fears are proven right when Avantika goes to check on the young Muslim wife from next door, who confides in Avantika that her husband beats her. When the young girl is not to be seen for a few days, Avantika tiptoes into their garage to do a bit of investigation. And what she discovers stops her and your heart. Ehsan Khan, her soulmate. Ehsan, whose name sounds like a gentle sigh, whose name means compassionate favor, is actually a dreaded terrorist who is part of this group with Om Puri as its mastermind. This terrorist group's next plan is to blow up a plane bound for Iraq with a UN delegation and a big contingent of journalists including Dia Mirza. Avantika, by now a prisoner in her own home, threatened to stay quiet by Ehsan, tries to call and warn Dia Mirza, who she's earlier met, but it's too late. The plane with a suicide bomber who looks like a Kurbaan model blows up mid-air, killing everyone on board. Dia's shattered boyfriend, also a journalist, Vivek Oberoi, hears Avantika's warning message on Dia's answering machine after the horrific incident has transpired. He takes it upon himself to uncover the truth and possibly foil any future killings. He inveigles his way into Professor Ehsan Khan's class, then home, and gradually becomes a part of the group, who are now planning a series of bombings in several train stations in New York.
हाथ कांपना नहीं चाहिए.
नहीं कांपेगा.
Does Vivek Oberoi thwart the jihadis' plans? Do they discover his true identity? Was Avantika just a pawn for Ehsan? Did he just use her to get into America? She in fact badgers him to tell her the truth. Did he love her at all? Are more lives lost? Director Renzel De Silva and producer Karan Johar bring us this mature, chilling yet heart-wrenching film with its brilliant screenplay, natural sounding conversation, great transitions and all loose ends tied up. This is Renzel De Silva's directorial debut. Of course, he wrote the screenplay for Rang De Basanti, Aks, and has done the screenplay for Ravan. But directing a film and doing such a brilliant job at his debut, well, hats off to him. There are a few inconsistencies in the film, but when you weigh them against what's good, they don't really deserve a mention. Two scenes which prove to you what a sensitive and imaginative director Renzel De Silva is. There's this one scene where Kareena has her hands like this beautiful gesture of prayer, surrender and humility. But they are covered in blood. She has her hands like this, but they're covered in blood because she's tried to remove a bullet from Saif's chest. The symbolism is really powerful here. Another scene which moves you deeply is towards the end when Saif's been shot and you know he's dying. And Kareena, pregnant with his child, asks him what his real name is. It's a scene which will pierce the hardest of hearts. Kareena is brilliant, Saif is brilliant, so is Vivek Oberoi. In fact, everyone in the cast. So Renzel De Silva, here's to you and your incredible talent. Time now for a wee little break, but I'm coming back with the English film Twilight. Don't go away.